Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Wednesday, October 18th, 2017. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. Yesterday afternoon, late in the day, a fire erupted at the Chevron El Segundo refinery in California. It was contained after a number of fire companies appeared on the scene, dousing the whole area with foam, but local residents were advised to close their windows. The refinery is located just south of Los Angeles International Airport. The facility was built in 1911. Talk about aging infrastructure. It's the largest producing oil refinery on the West Coast. It processes more than 274,000 barrels of crude oil a day. Fires at refineries with this size have had implications in the past for gas prices in California. This particular refinery supplies 20% of gas to Southern California and 40% of the jet fuel consumed by LAX Airport. It's not known yet what the extent or effects of the fire will be. The winds and rain from semi-hurricane Ophelia in Scotland and Wales and Ireland have caused damage in Ireland alone that's been estimated at about $1.8 billion. Another estimate suggests the range of losses is likely to be lower, from 580 million to 940 million. But the Enki Research Center in Savannah, Georgia, has put the estimated losses for Ireland at $1.8 billion, split between physical damage and economic disruption. About 500,000 homes and businesses across Ireland lost power as a result of the storm. Wind gusts of over 80 miles per hour were reported on the country's south coast. In Northern Ireland, 200,000 customers had their electricity supply disrupted. Europe has issued a warning to the aviation industry: stop using metal from scandal-plagued Kobe steel. The European Aviation Safety Agency, the equivalent to the FAA, advised manufacturers in a statement earlier today to suspend their use of Kobe steel products after the Japanese firm admitted to falsifying data. The regulator recommended that aircraft makers find alternative suppliers and conduct a thorough review of their supply chain. The revelation that Kobe Steel had in fact been faking strength and durability data on thousands of tons of aluminum and copper parts last week sent plane, train, and automakers across the world scrambling to gauge their exposure to the suspect parts. Kobe Steel has warned that the practice of falsifying quality data, including on its steel products, could spread back 10 years or more. According to Stephen Catlin, the founder of Catlin Insurance and now retired, politicians need to broaden their time horizons beyond their term in office when considering risk mitigation measures. Speaking at the Insurance Development Forum at the International Cooperative and Mutual Insurance Federation's conference in London yesterday, Catlin said politicians typically viewed policies on a horizon of no more than 5 to 10 years. He says when you get to a 1 in 100 year risk, they're snoring. We need politicians to accept and take on their fiscal responsibility. Catlin also said that the decision to build a home on a California fault line or on the Florida coast was a lifestyle choice that the person should pay for themselves. Catlin noted that the insurance gap had increased over the past several years and placed the blame in part on the insurance industry's inability to demonstrate its value. Hurricane Irma-related insurance claims in Florida have now jumped to about $5 billion, with almost 32% of the reported claims now closed. This is according to the Florida Office of Insurance Regulation. 68% of the claims still to settle means that the bill is going to keep rising. Volume of claims now hits about 747,000 that have been filed. They expect to have a lot more. Anglo-Australian mining giant Rio Tinto has been charged with fraud in the U.S. and fined about £27 million in the United Kingdom. This is after being accused of overstating the value of African coal assets. The company and two of its former executives were charged by the Securities and Exchange Commission in the U.S. of hiding losses by inflating the value of assets in Mozambique, which is the location of a mine that Rio Tinto bought in 2011 for about $2.8 billion and sold only a few years later for $50 million. The deal had obviously gone south, and The SEC accuses the investigators and the company of trying to hide the extent of the negative damage at the mine by overinflating the value of the coal in the ground. Rio Tinto says it intends to vigorously defend itself against the allegations. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.